Welcome back. Please subscribe to this channel, The Globetrotter, to know when we post the next video. Laos is a nation in Southeast Asia, known for its lush green mountainous terrain, French colonial architecture and Buddhist monasteries. It's a rustic place still untouched by urban challenges such as pollution, overcrowding and destruction of trees. Vientiane or Vientiane is the capital of Laos. The name means Valley of Sandalwood. Compared to the hectic, bustling capitals in other Asian countries, Vientiane's relaxing atmosphere makes it feel like the small town it is. Patusai or Victory Gate is a local version of Arc de Triomphe in the center of Vientiane. Besides having elaborate Buddhist symbols, it differs from the original in having 4 gates instead of 2, and it just made a bit taller to tease their former colonizers, the French. It is yet incomplete, but you can climb up to the 7th story by stairs, no lift, for a nice view of central Vientiane. The palm tree lined park with fountains around Patusai is pleasant. It is reasonably impressive from far, but a surprisingly frank English sign inside Patusai calls it a monster of concrete when seen by being near it. The concrete was donated by United States for a new airport, but it was used here, so it has a nickname, the vertical runway. Patusai has 5 towers on top representing Panchashil, or the 5 principles of coexistence amongst nations of the world. You can also see symbols representing Hindu gods Indra, Vishnu and Brahma here. The Presidential Palace is the official residence of the President of Laos. Buddha Park or Siang Kwan is about 25 kilometers from Vientiane. It is an outdoor collection of huge concrete sculptures of Buddhist and Hindu deities. The park was built in 1958 by the mystic Luang Pu Bunlya Surirat. After the revolution, he fled to Thailand, where he built another sculpture park. Both parks are located only a few kilometers apart from each other, separated by the river Mekong, and the tallest structures here can actually be seen from the Thai side of Mekong. The statues are made of concrete. They appear to be centuries old, but they are not. The park has many sculptures of Buddha as well as Hindu gods. The reclining Buddha is the prime attraction. It is an enormous 40-meter long or 130 feet long reclining Buddha. You can go through this giant pumpkin, climb 3 stories and reach the top, from where the entire park is visible. We return to the city and see Pha That Luang, or the Great Stupa. It is a gold-covered large Buddhist stupa in the center of Vientiane. It is generally regarded as the most important national monument here and is the national symbol of Laos. Believed to be built in the 1st century as a Hindu temple, it has been reconstructed many times. It was attacked many times since it had a lot of gold. Presently, only the pinnacle is covered in real gold. The remainder is painted in golden color. The reclining Buddha is quite impressive. The stupa has 3 levels covering about 50,000, 25,000 and 10,000 square feet respectively. It is 44 meter or around 150 feet tall. The entire area around it, known as Pha That Luang Square, is around 1 million square feet or 100,000 square meters. Luang Prabang or Luang Phabang, which literally means Royal Buddha Image, is the former capital of Laos and a UNESCO World Heritage City. It is about 300 kilometers north of Vientiane, an overnight bus ride away. It's a city with only 56,000 population. The city is located on a peninsula at the confluence of 2 rivers, Namkhan and Mekong. I walked around the river Mekong and took a session of fish therapy in which the fish nibble at your feet on dead skin cells and give a slight tingling sensation. It is supposed to be good for health. Later, I walked around the night market and saw snakes in liquor bottles. Next morning, I woke up early to watch the sunrise and climbed up Mount Fuji, a large steep hill which is about 500 feet tall. A steep staircase led me to the top, from where one can look over the city and the rivers. Unfortunately, it was too cloudy. Yet, I could see the river, the greenery, and the sleeping town and got some good images. After having my breakfast, I walked around Luang Prabang's numerous Buddhist temples and monasteries. Every morning, hundreds of monks from these various monasteries walk through the streets collecting alms. The temples are so colorful and are richly decorated. Besides studying, the monks need to do the basic chores such as cleaning and carrying water. Later, I took a shared van to go to the waterfalls at Kuang Si. Kuang Si Waterfalls is a three-tiered waterfall about 18 miles away from Luang Prabang. It's a favorite site trip for tourists in this part of Laos. It is well worth the nominal admission fee to visit the site, which is quite well maintained with walkways and bridges to guide the visitors. The fall begins in shallow pools atop a steep hillside. These lead to the main fall with a drop of about 200 feet. The water flows into a turquoise blue pool before continuing downstream. Most of the pools are open to swimming. It is a great spot for spending some 3-4 hours, though you should keep aside a whole day for this due to the commute time. And look how pretty and picturesque it is. The next few images are so pleasant that I don't need to say anything. Just imagine you have put your feet in the turquoise blue pool of water and enjoy the next few images. Vang Vieng is a riverside town in central Laos. The name means open valley. Tourists sprawl out in the pillow-filled restaurants termed TV bars, watching reruns of American sitcoms until sunset and then party heavily until the early hours. I'm out on a morning walk, so it is very quiet here. These bridges look dangerous, but they work. The main attractions here are the river flowing through the karst rock formations, laid-back countryside, and many caves. Vang Vieng has adventure sports such as tubing, kayaking, and zip lines, and it's the only place in Laos to have nightlife. However, it can be considered a noisy backpacker's paradise. I crossed the bridge and went to the other side on a tiny island called Sai Song, in the middle of that river called Nam Shong. I couldn't find a soul awake. Even the staff in bars and restaurants were asleep, perhaps because they were awake until dawn. Backpackers love the circuit of Indochina. They typically cover Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam. These are part of what some tourists call as Banana Pancake Trail. There is a good network of buses in this region, but the terrain is hilly and roads are with lot of curves and slopes. Be very careful while moving in this region, as it is famous or rather notorious for drugs. But it's a very good region for budget travelers. You can manage an entire day in less than $25-30, and the countryside is fantastic, totally green and less explored. I returned to Vientiane and visited the temple of the Heavy Buddha. The temple has the largest Buddha idol in Vientiane. It is made of bronze, and the 500-year-old temple has been reconstructed many times. It's a school for monks to study the Buddhist religion and philosophy. After you have done the round of temples, the best thing to do here is to wander down to the riverside. People gather here for a stroll, or exercise, or shopping, or drinking while watching the sunset over the Mekong. In the next video, we will visit one of the prettiest cities in the world, Budapest in Hungary. Please subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon to know when I post that.